Guys, today I wanted to share with you a purple smoky eye. It's going to look fantastic on anybody with hazel or green eyes, but if you don't have hazel or green eyes, try it out anyway. After all, it's just makeup. Okay, so first we're going to prep the lids with Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. And I'm actually going to do my eyes first because since I'm doing a darker smoky purple eye, I'm probably going to have a good amount of fallout that I'm going to have to clean up. So if I were to do my foundation first, I would kind of ruin the foundation if any dark colors or purple shadow fell on my lower eye. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my shadow first and my foundation after. Next I'm taking my Makeup Forever Aqua Cream in shade 18. And it's kind of a soft lavender color. And I'm going to use this as a base for my eyeshadow to stick to. I'm just putting it on the back of my hand and melting it with my body heat a little bit, and I'm going to be applying it with my finger. And I'm just going to dab it across my lower lid. And I'm going to take it up just a little bit past the crease in my eye. Alright, next I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Smoky Eyeshadow Palette and my Sigma E55 brush. I'm going to go in with the color Smoking Jacket. And I'm going to pat that on the center part of my lid, and I'm going to go up to about the crease. So I'm just kind of patting that color over the lavender color. And I am keeping this out of the inner corner of my eye. I want it to be lighter towards the center of my eye. So we're just kind of patting this up to the crease. Both eyes. Now I'm going to go in with my MAC Spider Queen shadow, and I'm going to go in with this darker purple color. It's actually called Deep Purple, and I'm going to take that in the outer V of my eye and up into the crease with my Sigma E20 short shader brush. And I'm just going to kind of pencil out that V shape in the outer part of my eye and bring that towards the center. And then I'm going to go back into the crease, kind of deepen that up a little bit. Okay, now I'm going back in with my MAC palette. I'm going to go in this color Dusty Purple, which is the matte purple, and my Sigma E44. And I'm just going to soften the line. I'm going to put this just above my crease. And I'm going to go back and forth in windshield wiper motion just to soften that hard line that I've got here. And I'm kind of taking this up a little past the brow bone. I'm going to soften that outer corner as well. And now I'm going back in with my Sigma E20. I'm going in with MAC Pigment, and this is the color Lovely Lily. And I'm just taking that on the inner part of my eye just to brighten it up a little bit. And I'm just going directly over that shadow that I put on earlier, and I'm just dotting it on the inner part of my eye. Right, I'm going back in with my Too Faced palette in the color White Lie, and I'm going in with my Sigma E40 fluffy brush. And I'm just going to take this across the top of my brow bone just to give it a little bit of a highlight. Okay, next I'm going to tight line my waterline on the top and bottom with a MAC Black Technical liner. This is just to make my lashes look nice and full, since this is more of a dramatic look. And I'm not going to take my liner all the way in. I'm just going to go, alright, I'm going to line my upper lids. I'm going in with my Laura Mercier Cake Liner in Black Ebony and my Sigma eyeliner brush, and that is an E05. Now, with the cake liners, you do have to wet your brush first with just a little bit of water. And then you drag it through the shadow. And you don't want your brush to be dripping wet, but you do want to get it coated in color. And you need to make sure that your brush stays damp. With my Too Faced palette and the color Smoking Jacket. And I'm going to take my Sigma E30 pencil brush. And I'm going to be smudging that along the bottom of my lash line, just to kind of smoke it out a little bit. So I'm going to tap off my excess. I'm going to look up, and I'm just going to push that right at my lash line. And you see why, again, it's important to do your eyes first when you're doing a smoky look, because I have a lot of fallout. And I'm actually going to smoke that almost all the way in. Alright, next I'm going to take my Maybelline Lash Discovery in black. I really like this mascara because it's got a teeny tiny brush. So for people that have really small eyes or don't have giant lashes, I feel like it's easier to get good coverage with this. So I'm just going to take this from roots to end. I'm going to wiggle it as I get to the top. Really making sure that I get all the tiny hairs on the corner of my lashes. Alright, now one of the most important steps. I'm going to take a clean makeup wipe and I'm going to clean underneath my eyes and get out any fallout that I wouldn't want to mix with my foundation. So I'm just going to swipe. And I am kind of cleaning up the corners where I don't want my eyeshadow to go down too low. You can see I just kind of wiped up and I gave myself a nice clean line. I am going to go back and blend that out because I don't want that line to be that harsh. But you could leave it like that if you wanted more of a dramatic effect, but I am going to go in and soften. Alright, now I'm just going to pop on some lashes. I'm actually just going to take an old lash that Alright, so I'm just going to take this and I'm going to stick it as close to my lash line as possible. And remember, we're just doing the outer corners. And if you let your glue get good and tacky, it should actually just stick right on. So I go in Studio Fix and the color NW13 in my Beauty Blender. And I'm going to put on my foundation. And I don't want super heavy foundation. Since I went pretty heavy with my eyes, I'm just going to keep my foundation kind of light. So I'm just going to get some foundation, pointed tip of my Beauty Blender, dot it all over my face, and then I'm going to go back and work it in. Clean Dark Circle Eraser, and this is the color 60. I'm just going to kind of take that down in a triangle underneath my eye. And I'm starting down low with my concealer because, or my under eye corrector I should say. Because if you start too high, you're going to work the product back into your eyeshadow and you're actually probably going to use too much and it's going to make fine lines and wrinkles worse. So I'm just actually going to blend this upwards. Now I'm going to be using my Sigma F40 contour and blush brush. And I'm just going to go in with a soft pink color and just give myself a little flush of color through my cheeks. Not too much since the eye is pretty heavy. I'm swirling and sweeping upwards. Alright, now I'm going to pencil in my brows, and this is probably one of my favorite ways to pencil in my brows. It's actually just an ebony drawing pencil, and it comes out like a very ash color, so it's really neutral on most people's skin tone. And like I said, this is just a drawing pencil from the art store. I think you have to be a little more experienced to use these because it is a pencil, so if you're heavy-handed, you're going to end up drawing yourself not a real looking eyebrow. So I'm just going to pencil mine in with this, and I'm just doing light feather-like strokes to fill in any sparse areas. And this is a pretty neutral skin tone on everybody. Now I think if you're very fair, your eyebrows are very blonde, this might not work for you. But if you're darker eyebrow, I think this will be perfect. Of contouring. I'm going to be using my M Contour and Highlight Stick. I do like this, but I only like the contour part. It's almost like a darker matte colored crayon, waxy texture. The other side is supposed to be the highlighter, but I feel like this would work better if you were darker skin toned. It doesn't really work for Caucasian skin tones. So I'm just going to take my stick side. I'm just going to shade my nose a little bit and along my jawline a little bit, just to make my nose appear a little bit smaller. So we're just going to take that up the sides of the nose. We're going to blend that out, and I'm just going to take a little bit at my jawline. I'm going to take my Beauty Blender, and I'm just going to smooth that out. You can see it created a shadow and kind of thinned out my nose a little bit. Now highlighting and contouring isn't something that I feel like is necessary every day. I mean, special events, if you know you're going to be photographed a lot, weddings, proms, things like that, I'll do more shading than I do on a normal basis. Like, I don't do this every morning. Or if you just want to shave about 10 pounds off, at least contour your jawline. You can see the shadow that it created. Using MAC Pro Longwear Lip Glass, and this is the color Long Long Love. Just going to kind of keep the lip simple since my eyes are pretty dramatic. Alright, now I'm going to go in one of my favorite products, and this is the Model in a Bottle, and this is the Sensitive Skin Matte Finishing Spray. This is probably my favorite. I know a lot of companies have their own setting spray, but this is kind of the original. I think they kind of started it all. So I'm just going to give that a good shake, and I'm just going to do a couple light mists on my face, and that's just going to set everything and lock it down so that it'll stay on all day.